welcome back to Slothbox. I'm Lyndon Dixon, and as usual, this video is brought to you by the Excelsior Sporting Club. Today, we're joined by one of the biggest prospects in the country, Maisie Courtney. Maisie, how are you getting on, mate?
I'm all good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate, but I just want to take it right back to the start. Tell me how you first got into boxing.
I got into boxing because I wanted to be a footballer, and all the boys, because I was playing for a boys team at the time, went to the boxing club as well to get like fit or whatever. And then I joined, and long story short, I was better at punching than I was kicking. And then it just stuck. I did the two sports alongside each other for a while, and then I had to make that choice, and I chose boxing.
Well, it was a good choice you made. I mean, even at amateur level, you were successful, 6-time national champ, you represented England. But the thing is, when people turn over to pro, some of them can't wait for it because their style is better for the pro game. Was you happier to turn pro so early?
Yeah, it was kind of like there was an opportunity to train with Tony and Kevin down the Matchroom gym, and I couldn't turn it down. You know, like I knew that no other female's ever been offered really, or there's a wasp, that opportunity, and yeah, it would have been silly for me to turn that down. You know, and obviously everyone's got the Olympic dream. I had the Olympic dream, but my style was a little bit too flary for the Olympics. You know, it's like a little bit too not what they want. They want you to be a proper one-way boxer, and that's just not me. And yeah, fitted for the pros, and that's why I turned over.
I mean, and when you did turn over, it was special. I mean, I remember the debut. It was on that the Jordan Gill Kiko Martinez card at Wembley Arena. I mean, debuts don't get much better than that. How did that night go?
Oh, it was nuts. It was nuts. People still talk about it now. Do you know what I mean? And it's like I was afloat. I was going to be after Katie Taylor, and I was like, oh, that's all right. Do you know what I mean? My mum will still be there, but didn't know when I was going to be on. Didn't even know if I was going to be on. And then got knocked out, and then I was like, oh, sweet. All right, you're going right now. And I was like, well, right now. I was like, I ain't got my gloves on. I ain't barely got my shorts on. I had to rush to get my groin protector on. People were dressing me. I think I had about 2 minutes to get ready at the door, hit the pads for 30 seconds, and that was it. Went out. Yeah.
It just sounds like it was a crazy night because even the occasion itself, I mean, some people start on the small hall shows or they start on a lower card and build it up. You was just chucked in right at the deep end and you smashed it ever since.
Yeah, chucked in proper. Do you know what they say? If you can't swim, you'll sink. So yeah, I think I definitely had quite good experiences to start off as a professional. You know, I've only had 4 fights and I've already experienced quite a lot, like the big shows and boxing in front of God knows how many thousand people. And yeah, onwards and upwards from here. A little bit scary, you know, but onwards and upwards.
But that's the thing. You mentioned those 4 fights. You've had 4 fights in a year. You don't really. I mean, I like to see that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Rather than waiting and it's a slow process. But 4 fights in a year, you're 4-0, and you last fought on an AJ card, mate. Talk to me about that night because I know when the whole positive test from Dylan came, I think I saw a few clips you saying like, "Fuck, I just hope it happens," and it did happen. How was that night for you on an Anthony Joshua card?
Oh, it was massive. You know, I'm from Greenwich. The O2's I've got the same postcode as the O2. Do you know what I mean? And it just makes sense, like, for me to box. And it's one of my dreams to always box at the O2. And for it to be on the AJ card, it's massive. You know, and yeah, I feel like I've put on a good performance. I show people how I can really box, you know? Like, I've normally gone out there the first 3 fights and just wanted to get people out of there. And that's not me, you know? Like, I like a bit classiness. I like a bit of, like, charisma when I'm fighting. And yeah, that's what I did. And on an AJ card, the whole week was madness. From a week before it not even happening to it happening, and then, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm so grateful it did happen.
But the thing is, the actual fight itself, I remember when it got announced, I was quite excited for it because I feel like it was a good step up for you. But I mean, talk about step ups, you've won every single round. Does that just show the level you're at and how quick you want to get to the top?
Yeah, 100%. It was, if in all honesty, it was actually my easiest fight in my eyes. Like, I felt really relaxed, really comfortable, and she matches my style perfectly. You know, like I like to be a counter puncher, boxing on the back foot. But I can move forward as well if I want to. But she just matched up perfectly to my style. You know, a few people are a little bit like, "Oh, you didn't win every round or whatever." But if you watch it back, I'm pretty sure I did, to be honest with you. But thanks to like Gemma and that, she's done a lot for female fighting, so I ain't got no bad like words towards her. Do you know what I mean? She's absolute diamond, but yeah, I thought I boxed all right, to be honest.
And like we said, 4 fights in a year, and I'm hearing that you could be out even sooner than you think. Is there any word on when you could be out next?
Well, we're just waiting for it all to like get sorted out. But I'm back into training. I've only had about 5 days off. I think I slept for 3 days. I think I boxed Saturday, and then I really wanted a Chinese. So I had a Chinese on the Sunday, yeah. And then they was like, oh yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. I think I slept for 2 days straight, and then that was it. I'm back in the gym. So yeah,
I just want to move on from yourself a little bit and talk a bit about your stablemate, Conor Benn. What people don't realise, he's not just a stablemate, he's one of your biggest sponsors as well. I've seen videos of yourself saying how much he's done for you and stuff like that, paid for travel, fight gear. Are you just so happy that that whole Conor Benn saga is finishing up now and he can move on?
Oh yeah, 100%. He's done so much for me, do you know? And it's like he's like family, you know. He doesn't have to take money out of his pocket and give it to me for me to get to the gym. He don't have to do that. He don't have to buy me stuff for sparring. He don't even have to pick me up from the train station and stuff like that. But he does it because he wants to, and that he sees a talent in me, you know. And I'm forever grateful for that. He's helped me out, God knows how many times, you know. Like I said, I'm starting off in my career. I ain't got no money or whatever. And yeah, he's helped me out massively, mate. So I'm so grateful it's all over for him and he's like able to fight and all of that.
Exactly. Yeah. What do you think he should do next in terms of like, thing is, he's missed out on a year of his career now. So it's like, what do you do in the sense of, if you were him, do you go straight into that big fight or something slightly smaller?
He'd knock anyone out in the division, mate. Hello. Talk about your dad, funny enough. Yeah, he'd knock anyone out. He don't, you know what I mean? He's the best of the business. I feel like, I've seen him sparring, I've seen the way he's training, you know, and it's ridiculous. He's an old school fighter. It's just like his dad, if anything, might be better than him, do you know? And I don't tell Nigel I said that, but he's unreal. He's ready to go. He's always been ready to go, and now he's got the green light to go. And why not? Why not go straight in there? That's what I do. Do you know?
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do. So why not?
Well, back to yourself. I just want to talk about something a little bit different. I mean, it's clear. I mean, we keep mentioning the 4 fights in a year. It's clear for you that the ambition is there to go right to the top, not too fast, but as quick as you can, doing it the right way. I just wondered what was what motivates you to go for that success? I mean, is it the legacy? Is it family? What's behind you? What motivates you?
I just like winning. I like punching people, chinning people, getting money out of it and winning. No, I've always had a dream of becoming the best in the world, you know. I always wanted to be Olympian, and then when that didn't happen, I was like, started dreaming about becoming a world champion, you know, undisputed world champion, and wanting to be a role model for future females. You know, when I started boxing, there was no one really to look up to. I was 12 when female boxing was allowed in the Olympics, you know, and by that age, I've already been boxing for about 4 years, 5 years nearly. And yeah, I just want someone to be like, like she's done it, so I'm going to do it. And now I've got someone like Katie Taylor to look up to. But, you know, I want someone to be from a little baby, like 7, 8-year-old girls. I want to look up to someone and be like, oh, yeah, like Maisie, I can do it. And they'll probably be better than me. You know, that's what I want. I want someone to like get to my level, maybe surpass it or whatever.
That's quality. I weren't expecting that answer, but that is perfect. Like you say, it's all about the next generation and putting it right for them.
Of course. I didn't have it, so I want to make sure other people do.
Exactly. Well, moving on, a bit of a cliche question, and it does sound cliche, but I get a different answer every time. What is Maisie Rose Courtney's dream venue?
Oh, I've already done it. It's the O2. 100%.
The O2? You've already done it?
I've already done it. I don't know. I want to headline the O2 for an undisputed title. 100%.
Perfect. Well, you mentioned her name there, Katie Taylor. She's going to be fighting Cameron again. And a lot of people doubted Cameron in the build-up. But for me, it was a lot, going into it, I thought it'd be a lot closer than it actually was. Do you think Katie Taylor can win the rematch?
It's at Chantel's weight again, isn't it, this fight? The thing is, I was on the fence, yeah, for the last fight. And then I'm a Katie Taylor fan, and obviously Chantel's like, she's also like one of my idols as well, you know. And when I was watching it, and I was like, oh mate, Chantel's absolutely battering her. Do you know what I mean? And I was watching it live, and on the camera, sometimes it doesn't do it justice, you know. And I love Katie Taylor, but some of them scorecards are a little bit lenient. Do you know what I mean? A little bit like, oh yeah, there was one that was a draw, and I was like, mate, I think I put Katie. Like, I think she won at most 3 rounds, at most. Do you know what I mean? If you were being really, really nice because she's fighting in Ireland, I probably would have given her 3 rounds. But in the rematch, it depends. A lot of things went wrong for Katie that night, like her hair come out. I've been in that situation where your hair's all loose and that can just take you that 1% out, you know, that 1% is going to get caught and lose your flow. But I would like her to win for a legacy, you know, but the way Chantel boxed last time, I don't know. I really don't know. Unless she knocks Chantel out, she might not win again. I don't know.
Well, back to you, mate. The last question. It's been an absolute pleasure so far, but picture this. It's Christmas time. You're with your family. God knows you might be having a Chinese again. Where do you see yourself come the end of the year? What have you done? We're about halfway through it. What have you done come the end of the year?
By the end of the year, hopefully 6-0. 2 more fights. If I could squeeze out a title fight somewhere, maybe at the end of the year in December, so I can enjoy my Christmas dinner, then maybe. But that's what I want to do, you know? That's what it would be. But I've definitely got 2 more fights in me, 100%.
Well, mate, like I said, it's honestly been an absolute pleasure. I've been Lyndon Dixon. She's been Maisie Rose Courtney, and we will see you on the next one.
Gosh.
Cheers, mate.